Hey everybody, I'm going to do an intuitive reading. Got some tarot cards laid out here, but I, as soon as I started laying them out, I saw a story here, so I'm just going to go with it. I know most of the card meanings, but I'll still look up meanings just to verify my message sometimes, but I don't feel like I'm supposed to this time. I feel like this is going to resonate with who it's supposed to reach. The first card that I pulled, I'm going to also pull some other cards. I've already shuffled these decks. I wanted to save a little bit of time because I'm going to use TikTok to upload the videos originally and then download them and upload them to Facebook and YouTube. So I've got a 10-minute time frame, and so I'm going to break it up into segments like I did the last time. So bear with me. I'll try to keep an eye on the timer and not let it cut me off like it did the last time. But the first card is the Four of Cups. And what I see from this card, if you look, there is a spirit offering a cup here. And you see these cups lined up here. But this person is just sitting there with their arms crossed. It looks like they may have been attempting to meditate. But with their arms crossed like this, to me, what I'm getting from this is that spirit is offering you something, and either you're not receiving it or you're denying it, you're not aware of it, whatever it is. I do feel like the majority of you are aware of what spirit has been guiding you to do. You notice these cups aren't full, so what spirit is offering is a way to fill your cups, a way to get out of the current situation that you're in and to move forward and have an entirely different life. But you keep holding on. This is Two of Wands. In the upright, he's holding the world. He's looking out over this vista. He's in control. But in the reverse, your world is totally out of control. It's chaos. And you've been trying to convince yourself that you're happy. You've been trying to convince yourself that everything's okay. You've been in isolation mode. You've been in hermit mode. And some of that is by choice and some of it is not. And you've kind of tried to make the best out of your situation. But in the process, you've not really been truly happy. You've been as happy as you can be in the circumstances, but your heart was devastated, just devastated by this past person, past people, whatever your situation. Could be family members, could be, a relationship, it could be a platonic relationship, but whatever this was in your past, it really hurt you and it changed you at your core. It opened your eyes that not everyone is like you. Not everyone has that giving, wonderful, loving heart. And the next card is also in reverse, but in the upright, you see how she's got that sword. In the reverse, even, I feel like it's still, you feel like you've had to fight your way for everything. You feel like you have given to the wrong people. You gave everything. You gave all your resources, your heart, your time, your energy. And this is also in the reverse, but in the upright, you can see these people fought you, or this person, whatever it is. I had a situation where it was multiple people. It was a relationship, but it was also people involved. I was trying to run a vegan vegetarian community, and I was still healing myself and didn't realize that I wasn't as far along as I thought I was. Now I know. Now I'm further along, and I can see exactly where I messed up and why I drew the energies that I drew. But they fought me at every turn. Even down to, I was building a vegan vegetarian community and told these people from the very beginning, and then they would come in and try to fight me on it and change things and do things their way. And then my ex was going behind my back and making deals with them and then not following through and then blaming me, and I didn't even realize what was going on. And so I ended up with this big group of people trying to fight me. But I went into hermit mode and did my own healing, did my own inner work, and I totally ignored all of them. I knew they were trying to reel me in and pull me into their toxicity again, and I just totally blocked and cut off every single one of them and ignored it and worked on myself instead, and it literally reversed it. And these people in your past are no longer a part of your future. if you haven't released them, you need to release them. Maybe you're still in that process. Maybe physically you have, but emotionally you have not. Emotionally, you're still hanging on to it, parts of it. Part of it is the pain that it caused you. Part of you don't understand why you had to experience that, why you had to go through it. But you went through that so that you would learn your worth, so that you would know who you truly are. Because when you finally rejected that, you stood up for yourself for the first time in your life. You've got issues that go all the way back to your childhood. You had a parental figure that was a tyrant, or someone in your life that you looked to as a parental figure. It was probably a masculine figure, very narcissistic, very their way or the highway, and that taught you that that's who a male is, but that is not who a male is. That is an insecure, unhealed trauma male. A truly healed divine masculine doesn't do those things. A truly healed divine masculine wants to nurture you as much as you nurture them. They want to protect you. They want to make sure that your needs are met. They want to make you happy, even if it puts their happiness to the side a little bit, which I'm not condoning, because if you love them, you're going to do the same thing. And if you guys are compatible, if your energy is right, you're going to want the same things anyway, and you're just going to, it's going to be like building blocks, and it's going to be just so beautiful, and that is in your future. But you've got to let go of this past relationship. You've done some healing from it. You don't want to go back to it. You recognize it, but you've got to forgive. And that doesn't mean that you let this person back in your life. That doesn't mean that you forget what happened to you, because you don't want to repeat that cycle either. But when you forgive, you release the pain. You let it go. It is a part of your past. It's not a part of your present. It's not a part of your future. So stop focusing on it. Really give yourself some self-love. You need to focus on self-care, self-love right now. If you haven't changed your diet, it's time to change your diet. If you haven't done the things that you know Spirit is calling you to do to make your body better, if you're still going down that dark path, if you're still putting toxic things in your body, what are you doing? You know, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is insanity. So the only person that can take control and change things is you. And guys, I'm preaching to the choir, because even though I'm whole food plant-based, even though I've stayed vegan, I've allowed more comfort food in my diet. I've eaten later, and I just don't feel as good on cooked food as I did when I was on raw vegan. So I'm getting ready. The next time that I go to buy groceries, I'm going to go back to my smoothies, and I'm going to start incorporating more raw foods into my diet. And I'm going to make myself get more active, even though it's wintertime. And I'm going to clean out my temple, because when I was at my cleanest, I was so close to Spirit, and I felt so much better. I had so much more energy, and my head was so much clearer, and I didn't feel weighted down and bogged down. You know, and I eat healthy. You guys that follow me have seen how I eat, but I still need to make some adjustments myself. So this reading is just as much for me as it is for you. And the next card that came out was the Fool, but it is in reverse. And the Fool is the beginning of the journey. The Fool doesn't know anything. They're just starting out on the first leg of the journey and learning all the lessons. And it's literally the very first card in the tarot, the Rider-Waite tarot deck. So in reverse, you've been through all these lessons. You've been through all these experiences, and you've learned. So stop putting yourself through the same cycle. It's time for you to receive. You're the giver, and you've asked to receive. And now you've got to open yourself up for that, because Spirit is about to deliver. Your entire reality is getting ready to change. Hermit mode's over. You need people around you now to continue your healing. You need the influence of good people in your life. And you got to open yourself up for that too. You got to quit being afraid of good people. And I'm not talking about the toxic people in your work environment. I'm not talking about toxic friends that are still trying to hang on to you. I am talking about legitimate good people that are showing up in your reality. Okay, we're going to go to a part 2 before I run out of time, so it doesn't just cut us off.